Have you ever looked into an elephant's eyes? There's something there. Calm, deep, ancient. It feels like the earth itself is looking back at you. In Thailand, elephants are not just animals. They are family, teachers, and symbols of peace and strength. Hello, dear listener. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for sharing this peaceful moment. In this video, we will explore their world, how they live, how they help, how they inspire, and how they became a sacred part of Buddhism and Thai life. You will hear stories of kings and monks, festivals and forests, and even dreams that changed history. Together, we'll learn not only about elephants, but also about the quiet wisdom they carry within them. So find a calm place, take a deep breath, and let's begin the journey. Chapter 1. A Land of Elephants and Temples. Have you ever seen an animal that looks big and powerful, but somehow makes you feel calm, like it could teach you how to breathe? Weird question, right? But that's how people in Thailand feel about elephants. They say the elephant has a soul as old as the mountains. It remembers things humans have already forgotten, like patience, peace, and silence. Some even say elephants can cry when they are sad. Funny, isn't it? The biggest animal in the jungle, and it has the softest heart. Thailand is a country full of light. Golden temples, green jungles, orange-robed monks walking slowly in the morning sun. You can smell flowers, spices, and sometimes elephants. Yes, real elephants walking through nature, moving like old kings who don't need to hurry. Thousands of years ago, elephants worked side by side with humans. They carried wood. They helped build temples. They walked through rivers and forests. People respected them, not only for their strength, but for their silence. Because silence can be stronger than noise. And maybe that's a lesson we all need today. We scroll fast, we talk fast, we live fast. But elephants? They walk slowly. And somehow they always arrive where they need to be. Would you like to live more like that? Calm, slow, but strong inside? In Thailand, the elephant isn't just an animal. It's a national symbol. It's on old flags, old coins, old stories. When Thai people think about their history, they think about elephants, not as beasts, but as friends. There's even an old story about a white elephant who could understand human words. He walked to a temple and kneeled in front of a monk. The monk smiled and said, "You are not only an elephant. You are a teacher." Do you think animals can be teachers too? Some people believe that if you touch an elephant, good luck comes to you. Others say that looking into an elephant's eyes brings peace. Have you ever looked into the eyes of an animal and felt something strange? Something that words can't explain? Like it understands you? Maybe that's why people in Thailand still see elephants as spiritual beings. They represent patience, wisdom, and kindness, three things the Buddha also taught. So when Thai people see an elephant, they don't just see gray skin and a long trunk. They see peace walking on four legs. Sometimes I wonder, if an elephant could talk, what would it say to us humans? Slow down? Be kind? Stop fighting? Maybe all three. In many small Thai villages, you can see elephant statues outside temples. People bring flowers, candles, and sometimes food. They don't worship elephants like gods. They thank them like friends. A quiet thank you for being part of life, for showing balance and strength. The elephant is part of the Thai soul, calm, wise, and loyal. Even when the world changes, that spirit stays. And maybe, next time you see an elephant, in real life or in a picture, You'll remember this. Strength can also be gentle, and peace can walk on heavy feet. So tell me, if you could ask an elephant one question, what would it be? Write it in the comments below. Maybe we'll find the answer together in the next chapter. Chapter 2. The Elephant in Thai Culture. What's the first thing you think about when you hear the word Thailand? Maybe beautiful beaches? Golden temples? Spicy food? But for Thai people, there's something even more powerful. The elephant. And here's a funny fact. In Thailand, the word for elephant is chang. If you travel there, you'll see this word everywhere. On shops, on beers, on signs, even on hotel names. It's almost like the whole country whispers, chang, chang, chang. Everywhere you go, elephants are part of the story. For hundreds of years, elephants have helped people in daily life. They carried heavy trees through the jungle, helped to build houses, temples, and even cities. They worked with people, not for them. Because in Thailand, working with nature is a partnership, not a fight. Can you imagine walking next to an elephant through the forest? You hear the sound of birds, leaves, and slow steps. The ground shakes a little. It's not scary. It feels safe. You feel small, but also peaceful. Why do you think being near something so big makes us feel calm instead of afraid? In Thai history, elephants were also warriors. Yes, real warriors. Kings rode on elephants during battles. They were not only strong, they were smart. They could remember paths. And they were brave. That's why the elephant became a national symbol for power, intelligence, and loyalty. Once, long ago, Thailand even had an elephant on its flag. Imagine that, a whole country under the sign of a gentle giant. Not a lion, not an eagle, but an elephant. Isn't that beautiful? It says, "Our power is peaceful." In Thai art, you can see elephants everywhere, on old paintings, sculptures, and even in stories told to children. Parents tell bedtime stories about elephants who help lost travelers or who save villages from storms. Each story has a simple message. Be strong, but be kind. Be big, but don't hurt. Be powerful, but stay humble. And maybe that's the reason why Thai people still see elephants as teachers. They teach patience. They teach respect. They teach that strength without kindness is nothing. When people celebrate special days in Thailand, you can sometimes see elephants walking through the streets with colorful decorations. Flowers around their necks, golden paint on their foreheads. It's not just for show. It's a way of saying thank you. Thank you for helping us. Thank you for staying with us for so long. Do you have any symbol like that in your country? An animal, maybe, that represents your culture or your heart? Think about it for a second. If you had to choose one animal to show your nation's spirit, which one would it be, and why? Tell me in the comments. I'm really curious what you'd pick, because in Thailand, they already know their answer. It's the elephant, their gentle giant, their teacher of patience, and their reminder that real strength is quiet. Next time you see a picture of Thailand, maybe a temple or a jungle, look for the hidden elephant. It might be in the art or in the spirit of the place. And ask yourself, am I living with the same balance? Strong, but peaceful? Chapter 3. Elephants in Daily Life. Have you ever had a co-worker who weighs 5 tons and eats 150 kilograms of food every day? In Thailand, some people actually do. Their co-worker is an elephant. For centuries, elephants were part of everyday Thai life, not in zoos or parks, but in villages, forests, and even at work. They pulled heavy logs, carried people through deep rivers, and helped build temples. They were strong, loyal, and, believe it or not, they never forgot the faces of their human friends. There's even a saying, "An elephant never forgets." And it's true. Elephants can remember a person after many years. They remember kindness, and they remember cruelty, too. So here's a question. What kind of memory do you want to leave behind? One that smells like kindness, or one that feels like fear? In the old days, elephants and people lived together. A man who took care of an elephant was called a mahout. It wasn't just a job. It was a lifelong friendship. A mahout knew his elephant's moods, its favorite food, and even when it felt sad. They spent every day together, eating, walking, even bathing in rivers. Can you imagine having a best friend who doesn't speak your language, but understands your heart? When the sun rose, the mahout would whisper soft words and touch the elephant's head. It was like saying, "Good morning, my friend." The elephant would make a low sound, not loud, not angry, but deep and warm, like a hello from the earth itself. But as time passed, the world changed. Machines came, forests got smaller, and people started to use elephants for something new: tourism. Some were treated well. They lived in big green spaces where visitors could feed them and learn about them. But others were not so lucky. They were forced to carry tourists all day, or to perform tricks for photos. Would you want to work all day, every day, just for other people's pictures? That's the question many Thais ask today. How can we live with elephants again? Not as workers or toys, but as friends. Because Thailand without elephants would feel empty, like a song without music. Still, in some small villages, the old bond continues. At sunrise, you can see a mahout walking beside his elephant. No words, just steps in the same rhythm. When they stop at the river, the elephant drinks, and the mahout splashes water on its back. It looks simple, but it's a picture of trust. Sometimes the elephant gets playful. It sprays water all over the mahout. He laughs, wet from head to toe, but happy. Because real friendship doesn't need language, only respect. And maybe that's the secret lesson the elephant gives us. Work together. Be patient. Don't forget the ones who help you. So next time you see a video or a photo of an elephant, ask yourself, what kind of life does this elephant have? Is it free, happy, calm, or tired, carrying people all day long? Would you ride an elephant? Or would you rather walk beside it? Because maybe walking beside someone, slowly, gently, equally, is the most beautiful way to show respect. Built-in closing reflection, to invite comments naturally. If you had the chance to spend one whole day with an elephant, what would you do together? Write it in the comments. I'd love to read your ideas. Maybe your answer will become the story of our next chapter. Chapter 4. The Sacred Elephant in Buddhism. Have you ever had a dream so real that it changed your life? In one ancient story from Thailand, it wasn't a person who appeared in the dream. It was an elephant. And not just any elephant, a white one. More than 2,500 years ago, before the Buddha was born, his mother, Queen Maya, had a strange dream. She saw a beautiful white elephant walking down from the sky. It carried a white lotus flower, the symbol of purity and peace. The elephant walked to her side, touched her gently, and then disappeared into light. When the queen woke up, she felt calm and full of joy. Wise men told her, "This dream means something great. A special child will be born, a child who will bring light to the world." And they were right. That child became Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. Since that moment, the elephant became a sacred symbol in Buddhism. It represents patience, wisdom, and gentle power. The white elephant, especially, means spiritual strength. Strength that doesn't hurt, but heals. Isn't that beautiful? Power that doesn't destroy. Power that protects. Would you rather be strong in body or strong in peace? In Buddhist stories, the elephant often appears as a wise being. It doesn't rush. It doesn't fight without reason. It walks slowly, seeing everything, like a moving meditation. That's why many temples in Thailand have elephant statues near their gates. They stand there quietly, not to scare anyone, but to remind people to enter the temple with a calm heart. Some monks say, "When your mind is wild, think of an elephant, because an elephant walks one step at a time, never too fast, never too slow. It is big, but it never forgets to be kind. That is the way of mindfulness." Sometimes I imagine sitting under a tree with an elephant beside me. The sun is warm, the air is still. The elephant doesn't speak, but somehow I feel like it's teaching me. It says nothing, yet I understand everything. Have you ever had that feeling when silence teaches you more than words? In Thailand, the white elephant is so sacred that even kings respected it deeply. Finding one was seen as a sign from heaven, that the king ruled with wisdom and compassion. No one could buy or sell a white elephant. It wasn't property. It was a blessing, a living symbol of spiritual strength. But maybe the real white elephant isn't only outside. Maybe it's something inside us. A calm heart, a peaceful mind, a spirit that doesn't give up. The Buddha taught that true strength comes from compassion, and elephants remind us of that truth every day by simply being what they are, gentle giants. If you had a dream tonight and a white elephant appeared in it, what do you think it would be trying to tell you? Write your answer in the comments, because sometimes sharing a dream helps us understand what peace really means. Chapter 5. Temples and Symbolism. When you walk through Thailand, it's hard not to notice something magical. The golden roofs of temples shine in the sunlight. The air smells of incense. And somewhere near the entrance, there's always a pair of elephants. They're not real, of course. They're statues. But they look strong, calm, and full of wisdom. Sometimes they are white, sometimes gray, sometimes decorated with gold and flowers. And every person who walks by stops for a moment to touch the elephant's head for good luck. Have you ever wondered why they're there? Why are elephants guarding the temples, like quiet protectors? In Buddhism, symbols matter deeply. Every color, every statue, every small bell in a temple has meaning. And the elephant, it's one of the most powerful symbols of all. The elephant stands for patience and strength. Its large ears remind people to listen carefully. Its slow steps teach calmness and awareness. Even its eyes, soft and deep, remind us to see the world with kindness. When monks walk into a temple, they sometimes stop by the elephant statue. They bow, not to the stone, but to the idea. They respect what the elephant represents: a peaceful mind, a strong heart, and gentle wisdom. Some temples even have murals, paintings on the walls, showing elephants walking beside the Buddha. They carry water, flowers, or people in need. They serve, but never ask for praise. That's why people see elephants as silent teachers of humility. Isn't it interesting how something so big can be so gentle? Maybe that's why the elephant is loved in every part of Thailand. Not only in the forest, but in the heart of every temple. There's a story from the north of Thailand about a monk who meditated near a wild elephant. He wasn't afraid. The elephant walked up, slowly, and stopped in front of him. They looked at each other for a long moment, and then the elephant walked away quietly. The monk said later, "In that silence, I felt I understood the truth. We are both part of the same piece." When you think about it, temples and elephants aren't so different. Both stand tall, both bring calm, and both remind people to live with balance. One is built of stone, the other of life, but both carry the same message. Peace doesn't need noise. If you were building your own temple of peace, what symbol would you place at the gate? Would it be an elephant, or something that means calm and wisdom to you? Chapter 6. Elephants in Festivals and Culture. Have you ever seen an elephant wearing gold? Not just a little. I mean really wearing gold. In Thailand, during special festivals, elephants shine brighter than the sun. Their bodies are painted with colorful patterns. Their tusks are decorated with flowers and ribbons. They walk slowly through the streets, like kings returning from a long journey. People sing, dance, and throw flower petals into the air. Drums beat. Children laugh. It feels like the whole city is celebrating life itself. One of the most famous festivals is called Surin Elephant Roundup. It happens every year in the town of Surin, in the northeast of Thailand. Hundreds of elephants gather there with their caretakers, the mahouts. Together, they perform parades, dances, and even friendly games. It's not just a show, it's a celebration of friendship between humans and elephants. When you stand there, watching, you can feel something special in the air. It's not only excitement, it's respect. You see how carefully the mahouts touch their elephants, how softly they speak to them, how much trust there is between them. It's like watching two souls move in the same rhythm. In some parts of Thailand, elephants are also part of religious festivals. During Buddhist celebrations, they walk in front of processions carrying holy water or flowers for the temple. People bow when they pass, not because they're afraid, but because they feel thankful. The elephant, walking slowly and calmly, reminds everyone to move through life with grace. And during the Songkran festival, the Thai New Year, elephants often join the fun. They spray water on people, just like everyone else does. Imagine being in the street, laughing, and suddenly an elephant sprays you with his trunk. It's not just funny, it's lucky. People believe that water from an elephant brings good fortune for the year ahead. What's amazing is how elephants adapt to these events. They never seem nervous or proud, just peaceful. Even when surrounded by thousands of people, they move with quiet confidence. It's as if they know they are part of something sacred and joyful at the same time. Sometimes, I think festivals with elephants aren't only about tradition. They're a reminder that joy and peace can live together, that we can celebrate, laugh, and still be kind, that power and gentleness can walk side by side. If you could create your own festival, where humans and animals celebrate together, what would it look like? Would there be elephants, music, maybe even dancing dogs? Describe your festival idea in the comments, because who knows, maybe happiness begins with just one shared dream. Chapter 7. Elephants and Thai Kings. Imagine a battlefield many years ago. The sun is hot, the ground is shaking, and in the distance, a sound. Not of drums, but of heavy steps. Boom! 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 And then, out of the dust, a royal elephant appears. On its back sits a king, calm, brave, and full of focus. The elephant moves forward, slow but unstoppable. Soldiers watch in silence. They know what this means. Where the elephant walks, victory follows. For hundreds of years, elephants have been a symbol of royalty and power in Thailand. But not the kind of power that destroys. It's the power that protects, the power that comes from wisdom. Kings didn't just use elephants for war. They respected them deeply. They believed that a good ruler must have the same qualities as a good elephant: strength, patience, memory, and compassion. In old Thailand, finding a white elephant was a sign from heaven. It meant the king ruled with justice and kindness. The more white elephants a king had, the more powerful and blessed he was seen to be. But here's something interesting. The king didn't own them. He served them. White elephants were royal treasures, cared for with love and honor. They had their own palace, golden food bowls, and even personal caretakers. Can you imagine that? An animal treated like a royal teacher? Because in a way, it was. The white elephant reminded the king that true greatness comes not from control, but from humility. One famous story tells about King Naresuan, a great ruler of old Siam. In a legendary battle, he fought another king, not with swords, but on the backs of elephants. The two elephants met face to face in the middle of the field. It was like the earth itself stopped to watch. And when the battle ended, King Naresuan was victorious, not only in war, but in the hearts of his people, because he showed bravery with honor. Today, Thai people still tell these stories. You can find paintings of royal elephants in temples, museums, and schools. They remind people of a simple truth. Power means nothing without kindness. Even modern Thai kings kept the elephant as their royal symbol. It appears on flags, coins, and monuments, a connection between the past and the present. And every Thai person, young or old, knows this. Respect the elephant, and you respect your history. If you were a leader, not of a country, but of your own life, would you lead with power or with compassion? What kind of white elephant would you want in your heart? Write your thoughts in the comments. Maybe your answer will inspire someone to lead with kindness too. Chapter 8. Elephants in Thai Art and Literature. Close your eyes for a moment. Can you see it? A white wall inside a temple, covered with golden paint. And there, walking slowly through the scene, an elephant. Its eyes are soft, its body huge, yet somehow graceful. Its trunk is lifted like it's greeting the world. Around it, flowers bloom, rivers shine, monks walk in silence. This isn't just a painting. It's a story, one that has been told for centuries in Thailand. From ancient times, elephants have walked not only through forests, but through art, poetry, and music. They live in the colors, in the songs, in the hearts of artists. Every line, every stroke of paint carries respect for the gentle giant. In many temples, you'll find murals showing elephants beside the Buddha. They bring him water, lotus flowers, or simply walk near him in peace. These pictures are not just decorations, they're lessons. They teach patience, balance, and the beauty of silent strength. Thai artists often say that painting an elephant is like painting peace. You can't rush it. You must feel it. Each brush stroke should move like the elephant's walk, slow and full of meaning. In literature, elephants often appear as wise guides or loyal friends. In old poems, they help lost travelers find their way. In children's stories, they remind people to forgive, to listen, to care. And in Buddhist tales, they show the path of understanding, not through words, but through presence. There's a famous Thai poem that says, "The elephant walks with quiet steps, yet the earth remembers every print." Isn't that beautiful? It means that true impact doesn't come from noise or power, but from quiet kindness that stays long after we're gone. Even modern Thai artists still paint elephants, sometimes in bright colors, sometimes in black and white. Some mix traditional art with modern style. But the message is always the same. The elephant is more than an animal. It's a mirror of the human heart. If you look closely at these paintings, you'll see more than shapes. You'll see emotions, peace, love, sadness, joy, all hidden in the elephant's eyes. Maybe that's why people never get tired of drawing them, because every elephant painting tells a new story about us. If you could paint your own elephant, what would it look like? Would it be strong and golden or calm and blue? Would it walk through a forest or sit under the stars? Describe your art elephant, and maybe, just maybe, someone will imagine it with you. Chapter 9. Elephants and Nature, the Balance of Life. What would happen if the elephants disappeared? Would the forests stay the same? Would the rivers still flow the same way? Or would the world become a little quieter, a little emptier? In Thailand, people know that elephants are not only symbols, they are part of nature, part of the balance of life. When elephants walk through the forest, they open new paths. They pull down branches, clear space for new trees to grow, and carry seeds in their journey. Where elephants walk, life follows. Scientists even call them gardeners of the jungle. Without elephants, many plants would never spread. They help the forest breathe. They help the rivers stay clean. They help the earth stay alive. Isn't that amazing? The biggest animal in the jungle helps the smallest seeds grow. But today, things are changing. The forests are getting smaller. Many elephants have less space to live freely. Some move closer to towns and villages where they can find food, but also danger. People in Thailand are trying to protect them. There are special sanctuaries, safe places where elephants can live in peace. There, they don't have to work or perform. They can just be elephants. Walk, eat, rest, play in the water, and live in freedom again. Visitors who come to these places don't ride them. They feed them, wash them, and learn from them. Because elephants teach us something important, that we can't live above nature, only with it. One caretaker once said, "When I look into an elephant's eyes, I see the forest looking back at me." That's powerful, isn't it? It means everything in nature is connected. The trees, the rivers, the animals, and us. So maybe protecting elephants isn't only about saving a species. Maybe it's about saving ourselves, our kindness, our respect, our balance. Because when the elephant walks gently through the jungle, it shows us how to live. Strong, but calm. Big, but humble. Free, but peaceful. If you could protect one part of nature forever, what would it be? A forest? A river? An animal? Or maybe the peace inside people's hearts? Write it in the comments, because every small thought of care can start something beautiful. Chapter 10. The Future of Elephants in Thailand. The sun rises over the Thai jungle. Soft mist floats above the trees. Somewhere in the distance, you hear it. A slow, deep sound. An elephant calling. It's not a cry of sadness. It's a song of hope. For thousands of years, elephants have walked beside people in Thailand. They worked, they helped, they inspired. They were part of war and peace, temples and art, stories and dreams. Now, Their story continues, but it's changing. Today, there are fewer elephants than before. The wild ones need forests. The rescued ones need care. And the people, they are learning how to live with them in a better way. Many Thais believe that the future of elephants depends not only on the government, but on every single heart. When people choose to protect, not to use, to learn, not to take, then real change begins. New sanctuaries are opening every year. Children are learning in schools about the importance of elephants. Artists paint them, monks bless them, travelers come to meet them with respect. It feels like Thailand is slowly remembering an old truth, that humans and elephants are family. An elephant may never speak our language, but maybe we don't need words. When it looks at you, calmly, deeply, you feel something move inside, something quiet, something honest. It's the same peace that people have searched for in temples, in stories, in meditation, for centuries. The future of elephants in Thailand will not be written only in laws or books. It will be written in how gently we walk on the earth, in the choices we make, in how we treat every living thing, big or small. Maybe one day, many years from now, a child will stand beside an elephant under a golden sunset. The child will smile, and the elephant will lift its trunk as if saying, "Thank you for remembering us." When you think about the future, not just of elephants, but of our world, what do you hope to see? More kindness? More balance? More peace? Write your answer in the comments below, because every word of hope is a step toward a better tomorrow. And so, our journey comes to an end. But maybe it's not really the end. Maybe it's only the beginning of something new. We have walked together through forests and temples, through legends, art, and history. We have met kings, monks, and caretakers, and we have seen how the elephant, this gentle, wise giant, has touched every part of life in Thailand. From the Buddha's dream to golden statues, from quiet jungle paths to the heart of Thai culture, the elephant has always reminded us of one simple truth. Real strength is peaceful, real wisdom is kind, and real balance begins in the heart. So before you go, take a moment to think. What touched you the most in this story? Was it the kindness of monks? The loyalty of elephants? Or the way peace can be stronger than power? Write your thoughts in the comments below. Your words might inspire someone else too. If you enjoyed this journey, give this video a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Because next time, we'll travel to another ancient land to discover the dragon in Chinese culture. And if you haven't heard it yet, you can also listen to the previous story, Why the Cow is Sacred in India. It's another tale about kindness, respect, and the deep connection between animals and spirit. Thank you for listening, for caring, and for walking this peaceful path with me. Until next time, may your heart stay kind, your mind stay curious, and your spirit as strong and gentle as the elephant.